Hi. So I've been a smoker for decades, and I've never been able to quit. And the other day, I came across a YouTube video which is based on this book. Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking, not quit smoking, stop smoking. And it was in a British accent or something. I think he's from Britain. And it said that it helped like millions of people. And it was so successful. He wrote other books on how to stop this and that and the other. And I was listening to the video, and it was different. Instead of talking about all the stuff, the scare tactics, oh, you're gonna get sick and this and that and the other, it's gonna give you cancer and all that frightening stuff. It was just basically dispelling the lies we tell ourselves about cigarettes, that they're relaxing, that they're this, that, and the other. And he gives you the facts, basically the lies that smoking relaxes you. It actually increases your blood pressure, causes more stress while you're smoking. It's a stimulant. Stimulants don't relax you. He says it's more like putting on shoes that are too tight. The previous nicotine fix later makes you tense to get another fix, and you tell yourself it's relaxing, but really all you're doing is both fixing the need that you created on the previous cigarette. That's a shortcut. He gives a lot of other lies we tell ourselves about smoking and dispels them successfully without scare tactics, because scare tactics make us tense, and then we reach for a cigarette to relieve that tension. Anyway, it made sense. So I read some. You're supposed to finish the book, but I actually finished listening several times to the video, which gave me a summary of the book. And I just kind of sat there and I said, I know that it says not to quit smoking until you finish the book, and I understand what he says about not finishing the book because you really don't want to give up. You don't know what you're going to do with yourself if you quit smoking. I mean, how are you going to live? You can't see living without cigarettes on a daily basis. So I just, did what was natural. I tend to do that. Go slow and just do what's natural, which is that I said, okay, I have this information. I've cleared away the lies. And what came up later, within the past 24 hours, without any effort, was this concept that I came across recently, which kind of has been kicking it over the top for me. And that is, we hurt ourselves through things we do, even small hurts, like Not that I have been diagnosed with any kind of illness or anything, but I've noticed that when I smoke more, I don't breathe as easily. I'm filling my lungs with the tar and stuff. I don't go there with the carcinogen thing, just the inconvenience that it causes on a daily basis, obstructing my airway and leaving garbage in there. So this concept that I came across, which has come naturally to me, is that the past few times I've gone out to smoke is this growing concept that I'm not helping I've dispelled the idea that cigarettes are helping me through the book. But this new concept that I'm actually hurting my day-to-day ability to breathe freely. So that I'm looking at the cigarettes like not, this horrible thing that's might happen to me or is going to happen to me if I quit smoking, that I'm going to die from it, that I'm going to suffer. But just the simple little thing of it's causing harm to my ability to breathe freely. And also, because I smoke outside instead of inside, I've become naturally more sensitive to the smell, so that I go all the way outside, I come back in, I go to my room, I leave my room, and I can smell the lingering smell of tobacco smoke that followed me into the house. I've become that sensitive to it. And I didn't quit, I just have been becoming growingly aware of the bad smell of it. And that I'm hurting myself every puff. It's actually actively hurting me. Not painfully, just it's incrementally making it difficult on a daily basis to breathe freely, because I've got junk, that I keep putting garbage. I'm treating my body like garbage. Like it's a garbage can for tar. And that's important because one of the videos that I did that I felt really strongly about was this concept of don't hurt yourself. And there are many ways we hurt ourselves. So I've become really sensitive now to the fact that every puff is hurting my esophagus and my lungs because it's putting garbage in there that doesn't need to be there. This is remarkable. So I dispelled, with the help of Alan Carr's teaching, I've dispelled the myth that we tell ourselves about smoking. And now, kicking into play is this concept of don't hurt yourself. And so I found now, magically, perhaps slowly and subconsciously, I'm coming to the reality that every cigarette I smoke is, it's not a huge hurting of myself, but it is a hurting of myself. And I don't want to hurt myself. And so I've, the past, 24, 48 hours, I started putting the cigarettes out sooner. No need to keep hurting myself. A few puffs. Less I hurt myself, the better. It's like a building of self-respect. And my whole attitude, I've realized, has changed toward the smoking. And I don't even want to finish the cigarettes anymore. I used to smoke them all the way, every bit, sucking every good thing out of them. And now it's like the sooner I put it out, the better. So there's been this slow distancing between me and my hurting myself, my treating my body like garbage with these cigarettes. And I didn't plan this, and I feel like I saw yesterday a friend of mine came to visit me. First time I'd seen them in 3.5, 4 years. He quit smoking, and he's going through a difficult period where he can't exercise because he fragmented some bones. He's so old, so we get to be old, that we really can't pound the pavement without doing damage, and it was causing pain. And we were talking about how he was really upset that the prognosis is that although it's a good prognosis, the doctor says, well, you're in good health, you're doing better than you should be. So told him he had an edge in the healing. It's starting to heal already in this way and that. I mean, this is an expert surgeon who's not recommending knee surgery. Now that's something, because they make their living doing surgery. But this stand-up surgeon is like, from what I can see, it's better for you to do these gel injections and just hold off on running on it until it completely heals. So he's upset that he won't be able to run anymore. And I don't know if it was a conversation, but I said to him, you shouldn't be worried about getting the knee surgery. I think this is before the doctor actually looked at his personal situation, because I don't like people to make decisions out of fear. Because I was in a car accident, and it's taken me 2 years to heal, and I'm still not healed. And I used to be walking 5 to 10 miles a day. Haven't been able to get on a treadmill and push it. So, I'm looking at your situation, and I'm saying, well, to myself, you're gonna, within a year, be able to get back to running. I'm thinking that's pretty good. from my point of view, I haven't been able to exercise in 2 years. I put on all this weight. I saw him and he put on a little weight too. And already, just being away from it for a few weeks. Anyway, I don't know if he prayed about it. He does pray. Or what. Or just seeing him and us both having these health issues having to do with things impeding our ability to exercise, which is, the harm I'm talking about with the cigarettes, Just to refrain, the act of refraining from doing something negative to yourself, not hurting yourself, like sadomasochism or anything, but human beings develop habits that cause harm to themselves for various motivations, like take smoking, for example. The whole reason I started in the first place, I was 11 years old. My mother left her cigarettes, and I wanted to be more grown up. So I said, when I started choking on the cigarettes and coughing a lot, I said, well, they figured out how to smoke so that they don't cough. I can do it too. And I'm motivated because Mommy smokes and she's grown up and I respect her. And it wasn't peer pressure or anything. It was just this, so there are different reasons why we don't think. Certainly back then there wasn't a lot of talk about the danger of becoming addicted. There's still not. It just says, oh, this eventual harm will happen, horrible thing will happen, causes emphysema, this, that, the other on the package. And they don't talk about at all the fact that you are playing with fire, that you're going to end up addicted and chained to this addiction cycle, and you're going to be shelling out. And I figured out a long time ago, before I even read this book, that the cigarettes cost alone incrementally over the decades. I think it was $50,000. I had to estimate because the price of the pack of cigarettes changed over the decades. But it's an estimate that it's a significant amount of money, a down payment on a house, for example, a very handsome down payment on a house. So, don't harm yourself. The world is full of things, circumstances, personalities that are so ready to hurt you, talk ugly to you, say things that could set you off, do rude, inconsiderate things. That's the way it is today. People are not about being pleasant toward each other like they used to be. And I was reading some reviews, looking at places, and one fellow, I read the comments instead of the video. The video's like promoting it. And then if you look in the comments, people who have been there or lived there, talk about the reality. So, and he said that he had lived in this place, and he went, I'll never forget, there were 2 whole days that somebody on the street didn't yell at me. Random strangers. I mean, it was that bad. Never mind the crime rate, this and that. Just your peace of mind being disturbed on his way to work. So the world is full of opportunities for people to take out their frustrations on you and whatnot. Never mind personal relationships and toxic narcissism and narcissistic people. Just in general, the environment has become very difficult. So why on earth would you do anything to hurt yourself, even a little bit? If we can abstain from hurting ourselves, this is very critical. Why? Because you are your best friend in life. I know if you believe in God and you think of God as your comforter and friend, that's true. But your real life buddy is the one occupying your body. And that life buddy had better be for you instead of against you. Why? Because things are very difficult. And why do it to yourself? And besides, there's trust building. Building trust with your life buddy, yourself, your person occupying your body. When everybody else in the world might fall away, might not get to the hospital for critical moments that you have to endure in the end, you are going to be there with you. Let it sink in that you ultimately are your best friend, even if you're married. Even if you're lucky enough to have somebody. Now that best friend better be your best friend. Whether you stay married, the other person dies, whatever. You are your best buddy. So don't hurt yourself, eh? This is so important to be building a positive relationship with yourself, especially because nobody's perfect. And there are things we do that hurt us. Another example, even, don't you deserve a nice home environment? Okay, so if you're not incrementally every time washing your dishes after you eat or picking up after yourself, there's going to be an accumulation of garbage around. And then you're in an environment that's not friendly, right? So that's a form of failing to help yourself, right? Never mind people with OCD who clutter their environments so much that they find it difficult to walk. Don't you deserve, yes, the best, right? Like a clean environment, at least tidy and neat, that doesn't have dishes in the sink. And, like one of my roommates has a habit of playing a game where they like to throw wadded up whatever at the garbage can, hope that they get it in the garbage can. Often they don't, and then they leave garbage around on the floor. Sometimes for days, if I haven't gone to pick it up. I've quit picking it up because they do it so often. I want them to see what they're doing, creating a mess. And I plan to leave this place because these roommates are interpersonally challenged. You've heard of socially challenged. Well, they're interpersonally challenged, and they don't treat themselves very well, and they are quick to take it out on somebody else passing by with not too nice comments and things. So, not to focus on that, but I have every intention of being good to myself and finding another place where the roommates are a little bit more skilled and not so interpersonally and socially challenged and treat themselves better. So that kind of concludes. I just wanted to share with you how successful this book really is. To quit lying to yourself about these so-called benefits of smoking, and then grasp the concept of becoming your good best friend and stopping doing things that are negative toward you, even in small ways. It's not a huge thing. It's not like I have COPD and I can't breathe. That's not the point. I can't even really exercise because of the car accident, so I'm not really experiencing that it's impeding my exercise. But just the idea that I know that it's putting garbage in my lungs and esophagus, that's really created this recent awareness of something I can do to stop, so that it has recently taken away every single benefit and added the negativity to it without scare tactics, the real day-to-day negativity, which is every cigarette, does matter. I'm not a garbage dump, right? I am not a place to put dirty things. My lungs and esophagus are with me for the long haul, and I do not want to dirty them up. So I just wanted to leave you with that and encourage you to listen to this Alan Carr's The Easy Way is the trick. The easy way to stop smoking. And that is a brand, Easy Way. So when you're looking it up, be sure and input the easy way. And look for the video, I think, where they have the two people with the English accents reading it. I thought it was very pleasant, relaxed. I enjoy British accents. I find them relaxing. And the way that they cover the material in the book. Very friendly between the two voices doing the summary. I found it superior to some of the other summaries that I heard. Look for that one. I can't give you the YouTube channel right now because I don't remember it. But do look for that particular one because it was particularly pleasant and very accurate, an accurate reflection of the spirit of the book itself. So that's what I wanted to leave you with. I love you so much, which is why I do this. This is all about loving yourself. You know, not falling in love, but being loving to yourself. Well, take care. Thank you.